we see the direct connections between stopping Mountain Valley Pipeline, stopping the Atlantic Coast Pipeline, and what is happening to other environmental justice communities around the country and around the globe. We cannot keep building unnecessary fossil fuel infrastructure. Around 2014, when Mountain Valley Pipeline was proposed, local organizers started sounding the alarm that here again comes a massive, unnecessary fossil fuel project proposed for our area of Appalachia. And that's been basically our life ever since then. And of course, all of that construction in that type of territory puts local water resources at risk. Most of us down here that live along the route rely on wells and springs for our household water. So I think for local folks, that's been a primary concern. But then downstream, this is a massive contributor to the global climate crisis that we're facing. With the potency of methane as a contributor to greenhouse gas emissions, but then also burning that methane for energy, contributing additional carbon into the atmosphere, something that we really need to put a stop to. It was just incredible. It is the most powerful gathering of all of these different frontline communities that I have ever personally witnessed or participated in. Each day we heard testimony in front of the White House from all of these different frontline groups, and each day somebody was able to draw that connection out to point to how a massive project like Line 3 impacts people who live in and around the Gulf Coast, who are contending with sea level rise, who are contending with air that they can't breathe, who are contending with all of this overexpansion of fossil fuel infrastructure. The impacts are happening in those environmental justice communities, in Black, Brown, and Indigenous communities, in the remotest parts of Appalachia. They know firsthand what it's like to deal with loss of local water resources from a mining operation, loss of local water resources from an industrial chemical spill. And then to see the community having to pull together to clean up after these corporations, to keep each other safe, to deliver clean water to people's homes because they can't even shower in the water that they're using now. And you hear these similarities in different stories in all of these environmental justice communities. Primarily, if we can actually get Joe Biden and these other powerful leaders to take action, instead of just giving us a nod to the kind of organizing that we're doing or saying we understand the science or we're going to listen to the science. Do we want to lock ourselves in to 30 more years of burning methane to produce energy, or do we want to bring the people here along into a clean, renewable energy future, create all of those jobs that would come along with that for everyone that's been cast aside by coal and gas too? There's a responsibility here from that industry. As they finish a project and they move on, oftentimes people are left behind. Coal miners are left having to fight for their pensions, having to fight for their black lung benefits. As coal is phased out, where are the workers? Transition is coming one way or another, right? These are finite resources. They are not endless. And what better time to start working on that, to start building up communities by moving into clean, renewable energy than right now, while the very real impacts of climate chaos are already being felt within those very same communities. We can continue to resist specific harms to specific waterways with all of the tools that we have available. But when we collectively get together and try to demand that action as a part of a global community, there's that much power in our voices together. So many speakers got up and described how this is an act of love. A lot of times it feels very confrontational, right? In order for us to achieve these goals, somebody has to lose. We are somehow taking something from somebody. That is not the message. The message was definitely that this is an act of love and that we need to bring everyone along with us into that future. Or we don't, we won't have the victory, the future that we're trying to secure for everyone.